Hey, what's up? What's up, boardroom? George here. Trying to get a good angle. What's up? What's up? Top of the morning to ya. Meant to do this last night, but I was pretty tired after coming back from the movies, which I saw MaXXXine, the third movie of the X trilogy, starring Mia Goth here. And I go see this movie in theaters. I feel bad for kind of slacking on watching it because sadly this movie came out right after 4th of July, which I don't know if that was the best release date because who's really wanting to go to the movies on 4th of July? I get what they're thinking, holiday season, when people come together, maybe they want to go watch the movies. I feel that's more of a Christmas thing, maybe. 4th of July, I feel more people want to be outside and chilling with family. Because sadly, with this movie, I really haven't seen too many reviews of it from big YouTubers, which is disappointing. Because I heard a lot of people were buzzing about X and Pearl when that came out and reviewing that, but not a lot of love for Scene for some reason. But right here, I'm about to give it some love because I love the hell out of Maxine. Maxine was an awesome movie. Do not go slack on not watching this in the theaters. This movie was totally rad. And I say rad because this movie is drenched in the 80s. They went full 80s for this. Ty West, his directing is amazing in this one because this is also I'm going to thoughts on the other X movies because X I felt was pretty okay. Pretty standard movie, pretty standard slasher. Probably my least favorite from all of these three movies. I feel like, you know, it was very standard, basic. I didn't realize though when it came to X that Mia Goth did play the older lady in that played Old Pearl. So I do kind of want to rewatch it for that. And I did like the sex factor of X with it being that it's all porn stars making a movie. But I thought, honestly, could have went more hardcore with that. It was nice, we saw nudity, even though we didn't see Jenna Ortega naked. I'm such a bird. We didn't though. We saw her butt, but then we really didn't see her butt. Anyways, the kills in that were kind of lackluster in my opinion. But then we got to Pearl, and Pearl I did like. I liked a lot. I liked more than X. There was a lot of it that actually kind of spoke to me. I hate to say it, because that was released during COVID, and they actually play along with that with being set in the early 1900s around World War One time. During that time, the Spanish flu was a big thing, and everyone was wearing. So they had people wearing masks for that, and that was kind of just a little work because during that time on set, people had to wear masks, and I found that interesting. And the plot of that being that Pearl is stuck with her mom and dad during a fucking pandemic, which that's what I was in. And she wants to be a big movie star. Again, I can relate to that with me trying to be an actor. And that kind of goes with Maxine as well. I related, not as much as Pearl, but still related with Maxine trying to be a serious actor, but people are not taking her serious because she's a porn star. But still, it's just showing the hardships of what it takes to be a actor. There's a scene in Maxine. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers galore, because I like to be free flowing. There's a scene where she talks with the director of the movie that she's about to work on, Puritan 2. And that director asks her if she's willing to be ruthless. And I feel like, sadly, in acting, you do gotta be ruthless, gotta be cutthroat, fucking have acting be your obsession, and it's cutthroat, And this movie really shows that really well of 90s Los Angeles, which I really loved a lot because I'm a big LA Los Angeles guy. With me going there twice, and I'm obsessed with that aesthetic of Hollywood and Walk of Fame and whatnot, and showing gritty, nasty LA was very dope because I love seeing gritty cities. 1970s was all about New York, but the 80s, fucking LA was torn to shit. Like I heard the Hollywood sign was all fuck was until like fucking Madonna and whatnot. Now a bunch of celebrities got fundraising to fix the Hollywood sign. Getting ahead of myself here. MaXXXine. So yeah, MaXXXine was tight. Highly recommend go seeing it just off the bat. Go see it, people. Wait for it to come out on just on rental on demand. If you can, try to go see it now. Great cast. Giancarlo Esposito. That motherfucker is everywhere. You cannot hide away from him. Good reason, because he's awesome. He's not in this movie all that much. He's in a good. He plays MaXXXine's agent, and he has like a hairpiece, and he's just really funny in this one. And Kevin Bacon was awesome. He played a shady private detective for the Night Stalker. Ooh. And he was great playing the sleazy guy. And he had again, spoilers here, he had a very glorious death. I kind of wish maybe they showed a little bit more of him getting crushed up. But, whatever. You can only do what you can do. And they did a good job of it. I just wanted to see more mangled body parts and bone everywhere. But seeing the blood drip down was cool. And you had this one guy, I meant to look him up. He's in a bunch of shit. This Italian actor. He was in fucking The Irishman, and he was in this one show on HBO Max, Bookie, or no, not Bookie. He was on Pete Davidson's show, Bumkus or wherever the fuck. He played like Pete Davidson's uncle. And this guy's great. He's always funny to see, and because he's in a bunch of shit a lot. I feel like his name is Frank or something. He's just Italian. He plays a detective. He was great. Again, he was barely in it all that much, but he was funny for a cop that wanted to be an actor, and him. It's kind of meta in a way, playing a cop, and he's very kind of like actor playing a cop, but he's just trying to be a good cop and whatnot. But really, the star of the show, of course, Mia Goth. She was amazing. She was really great. She's just about in every fucking scene in this movie. And her acting really is phenomenal. A lot of layers into her expressions. This one shot where she's just looking in the mirror of herself because she's been through a lot. If you've seen X, she was put through the fucking ringer in that movie. So the Night Stalker or just any of these weirdos in goddamn Los Angeles that are trying to fuck with her, she ain't gonna let that happen because she's a badass. And it is very believable of her being a badass. Because especially, there's this one scene, again, spoilers galore here, where one guy was following her in the alleyway and she fucking kind of just tortures this guy in a way by making him suck off her gun, and then she fucking crushes his nuts. That had me fucked up. I verbally, ooh, in the theater. They didn't linger too long on that shot, but it was hardcore. And with that little scene, it brought on the question, is she the Night Stalker? Because, with Max being tormented and fucked up from the day of X, made her into a killer. So there's a lot of mystery with that. But then you see a scene, this is probably one of my favorite scenes, was with the peep show scene, where you watch this guy, presumably the Night Stalker, which I loved his look. It was just wearing all black with black leather gloves, watching MaXXXine through the peep show. He's getting all pumped up and raged, and that's in that scene where he's seeing MaXXXine as his target, and it's like, whoa, that's fucked up. And it happens pretty early in the movie, so things get pumping pretty quickly in this movie, which is good. And that kind of comes to a little bit of my issue of this movie towards the end of the twist of who is the Night Stalker. And again, spoiler alert, I keep saying this every time. You find out that the Night Stalker is her dad, which is weird. The Night Stalker is her dad. So it's just like Maxine can't escape from this shit because apparently Max's dad was this big Christian preacher guy, and I don't know. He's so obviously have a lot of money to where he got a place up in the Hollywood Hills where he's committing these satanic rituals. And he has all these other followers with him. I don't know how that happened. I mean, I guess he's just charismatic enough where people are following him. Could happen, you know. In the '80s and '70s, there was a '60s big boom of cults during that time. So I guess maybe this movie's a little play on commentary on that. So yeah, the Night Stalker is Maxine's dad because he wanted to help his daughter out become a big star because he doesn't like that she became a porn star and he finds that her doing the Puritan 2 movie is blasphemous because I guess that movie has some satanic commentary and whatnot, and just her being cast in that movie is very controversial because she's a porn star. But regardless, the twist is that it's her dad, not Richard Ramirez. So, because that's also lurking in your mind, the true story about the Night Stalker. It's Richard Ramirez, but nope, they went a different route. Took some artistic liberties and made it her dad. So interesting. I feel like a little coincidental because, like, all right, Maxine sure had some fucked up shit happening to her earlier back in 1970s and X, and now her dad killed her too. It's like Jesus Christ, she can't escape it. Maxine's life's all fucked up. Look at her though. She's beautiful. Yeah, God, she was great. She's so pretty and she's hilarious and just charming in this movie. Like I said, he holds the vehicle of this movie and her emoting. I really loved her in Pearl, especially because again, I was very much able to relate to her, and her craziness was very uh unused, but she tells she's trying to hold it back, not try to unleash her rage, but then actually she does unleash her rage, and she has a great monologue towards the end, and that creepy ass smile she gives towards the end of Pearl. But we're talking about Maxine here, and she again still holds that great actor energy into this, with her being a badass, taking no shit, being ruthless in the acting world. So highly, highly, highly recommend. And one of the big things I loved about this movie was the soundtrack. Again, this is where I praise Ty West because he drenched this movie in the 1980s with the soundtrack and the colors. He edited this movie, and not only with the soundtrack is great with it being great hits in the movie, he also had a fantastic score, a nice synthesizer, classic '80s synthesizer score throughout the movie, which really an edge of your seat, especially when the parts where the Night Stalker is lurking around. So, again, highly, 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 highly recommend this movie. I know a lot of people think Long Legs as of recently, but I know I had to give my girl Mia Goth some love because I saw all the other Maxine other X movies in theaters, so I couldn't skip out on this one. And also this one, I'm debating if saying it is my favorite. Have any of other you guys seen the other X movies? Because I don't know. I think Pearl still a little bit my favorite because I was able to relate to that one a lot. But this one, I really just love the '80s tone of the glitz and glamour, but still the grittiness of it. And again, the soundtrack was amazing. You're my obsession, my obsession. It was just awesome. And that ZZ Top song in the intro. Mwah. What else can I talk about? Her black friend was very cool. He's just that classic. He's the cool but nerdy friend that's just there, thick and thin. But sadly, he gets his comeuppance, and his kill was pretty good. No Terrifier, type of gore in this, but still, it was nice and pretty fucked up. with his face getting slashed up and him getting stabbed in the back of his neck and whatnot. What else can I talk about in the movie? The nudity was kind of slacking. You know, not a total downfall, but with it, Maxine being a porn star and whatnot, you thought it would be a little bit more some porn scenes. You know, is that too much to ask? But you see her naked because it shows the little clip from X of the scene where she's riding on some dick, and then you know, with her in the peep show, she's not naked in that, but still, she's looking good. Mia Goth's looking good in that. And there's one scene where she's walking past a porn shoot, so you see some titty in that, but not enough titty, in my opinion. Could use a little bit more titty. Let's see. What else? Again, just Giancarlo was great. You can't skip that motherfucker, but there's a reason why he's in everything, because he's hilarious. Maybe could use a little bit more of him, honestly, because he becomes a badass and helps her out, and they commit murder, kill Kevin Bacon. And getting good with Kevin Bacon, he was great. Such a sleazy guy. You know, he started scaring the shit out of her by repeating all the events that happened in X, because he knows about it, and then he starts stalking her with a video camera. But she beats the shit out of him by putting keys between her knuckles and start punching the shit out of him. Big question: will there be more of these movies? No, probably not. Probably just nice, round it up to a trilogy. But if they did make more, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know what else they could really do, but I bet they can figure something out. And Ty West, great director. Kind of want to look up his other work. And Mia Goth, I definitely want to look up her other work, especially Nymphomaniac. I've really been wanting to watch that for quite some time. I know that's directed by that might be by Ty West. Either it's directed by Ty West or the same guy that directed The House That Jack Built, which I did like that one, even though that was on the verge of being pretty boring, honestly, but it had some interesting concepts and commentary about humanity that I was able to find some enjoyment of it. So I can't wait to see what else Mia Goth and Ty West do. Hopefully, maybe they make another movie together, because throughout this X trilogy they were great. And it's impressive. X and Pearl that came out the same year. You know, X coming out during the spring of whatever year, and I think 2020. Because I feel like I remember watching X before shit hit the fan with the pandemic, and then when Pearl come out, shit hit the fan with the pandemic. We're all wearing masks. But I remember I watched both in theaters, so I don't know. Y'all tell me. But yeah, this one was great. Definitely go out and watch it. I know maybe a lot of people are probably saving money for Deadpool and Wolverine, which I was debating about doing that, not watching this movie at all, because, you know, money's tight. I hate to say. Hopefully try to watch it during a matinee viewing, but I didn't get to the movie theater early enough, so I had to watch it full price. But you know what? It was worth the full price. Mia Goth, she deserves my money. She's beautiful in all of them, and it was totally worth seeing in theaters because the production value was great, the shots were great, the music blasting with a good sound system was nice. So again, people, definitely don't be slacking on MaXXXine. I know a lot of people are praising long legs, even though I heard some, kind of iffy reviews about legs. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm sticking with my girl MaXXXine and Mia Goth. Even though Long Legs has the chick from It Follows, and I watched It Follows before X, so I kind of feel like whatever that actress name is, I think it's Mia some. She's kind of my main bitch, but I only seen her in that. And with Mia Goth, I saw all those X movies in theaters, so I had to finish it off with Maxi. You're my obsession. You're my obsession. Let's see. Like 5 of y'all watching. Have any of y'all seen it? Let me know. Have y'all seen MaXXXine? What else can I say about it? I don't know. I don't know. I already give a good enough gum job. It was great. Go watch it. Go watch MaXXXine. Have any of y'all seen MaXXXine? Let me know. Let me know in like the next minute. If none of you fucking comment, this live stream's over. Let's see. What else can I say? I don't know. It's just great. Good time in the theater. I was talking with this one lady when I left because I was waiting until the end of the credits. I was trying to see if there was an end credit scene. But I didn't wait till the end of credits. I should have skipped the whole time, but I don't know. I doubt there was an end credit scene anyway. But there were some other people there, and they liked it too. You know, it was great. Everyone enjoyed themselves. We're all laughing and being verbal, you know, in a noxious way. Like reacting, not just fucking talking throughout the whole movie. Yeah, man, go watch MaXXXine. Don't slag on it, people. I don't know how it's doing it in box office wise. I should have looked that up. I kind of imagine not well, honestly, because yeah, there's not many big YouTube movie reviewers. It's just a shame. It's weird. Like, what the fuck, Jeremy Johns? Y'all can hate watch shit, but now actually you watch something with some merit. The fuck, assholes. That's why no one watches fucking YouTube movie people anymore. All right. I think that's gonna be it. Let's see. See the comments? Well, they just pop. All right. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Bye bye. Go watch MaXXXine. Great.